What's up, warrior? Welcome to Yoga for Flexibility, Stretchy MYT, Men's Yoga Tribe, Men's Yoga Transformation Challenge. And welcome to day 2. And day 2 is really a sedentary desk lifestyle 101. How to use yoga to help really unwind the tension, the stress, the rigidity that we get from sitting in front of computers, in chairs, driving cars with our hands on a wheel, playing with our phones all day long. We're going to visit 2 really essential postures for every single person to practice, whether you're in a sedentary lifestyle or not. One is going to be the couch stretch, and it's the gateway towards getting into a recline virasana over time, or a single leg recline virasana for opening up the tissue on the front of your thigh. Number 2 is going to be opening up the tissues in your back. Most people, in order to try and sit up taller, because most of us work with this tech neck, really squeeze their shoulder blades back, which actually makes the dysfunction in our spine and the accompanying discomfort even worse. So we're going to start opening those tissues up today. So what you need is a little stick or pole or broomstick, something about 2/3 of your wingspan here. And then you're also going to want a place like a couch, a wall, or a stability ball, which is what I'm going to use today for your couch stretch. And once you've got that, then we'll get started. Once you're ready, we're going to take whatever you're going to use. Couch, fantastic. Coffee table, great. A wall, a chair, all good. Or a stability ball. We're going to make sure that that guy's behind you. In yoga, we always start with the right side first. So we're going to take our right ankle. We're going to put it up over that ball. You can see how I've got my ankle situated right there. Bringing your hands down to the ground, sweeping your left foot forward just to the outside of your left hand. That might be enough for you with tension through the front of your right thigh and even in your yoga groin area. While you're here, peek back beyond your right hip. Can you see your heel here? If not, it's likely crossed over, and that's just going to reinforce the imbalances that you already have. Once you've peeked back there, you've got that alignment. As long as it doesn't put excess stress on your lower back, any pressure on your lower back, we're going to bring your hands up to your left thigh. Start to sit upright. Here's our couch stretch. You can see my right ankle's up over the couch, ball, wall, or something really low like a pillow if this is too intense. 2, we're going to try and press into that ball or couch, whatever's behind you, with the right ankle. You're going to feel a little bit of length coming into the right thigh, maybe even your groin. 3, we're going to try and push the floor away with your right knee. It's real easy to shrug and sag into your right hip. If we try and press the floor away from your right knee, we're going to get tall through your groin, and that's going to lift you even taller and take pressure off your hips, your lower back, and everything else. Once you've got that, we're going to bring our awareness to what's happening in your spine. I like to put my hands on my lower ribs. I invite you to do the same. And as we breathe, imagine that you're lifting up through your rib cage, like you're lifting your rib cage up away from your hips. And as you exhale, trying to stay nice and tall, even as you relax your shoulders. One little thing that's pretty important here is to try and zip your front ribs in. Most people are overarching their backs, and in yoga anatomy, that is pushing into your kidneys, which on top of your kidneys, your renal organs, are your adrenals. Your adrenals, and that's where most of your stress hormones are coming from. So if we can zip in and find our proper thoracic spine alignment instead of being here, then we can relieve some pressure there and even very likely some stress in your life. And while you're here, come into your breath, breathing through your nose, noticing, is there a stress response happening? Am I starting to breathe shallow, a little bit quickly? Am I doing things like that? It's a nice little clue as to how you respond or react to stress. And once you notice that, then you get to choose, then you get to respond and change the way that you breathe, starting to draw out your exhales, breathing a little bit more deeply. Notice anywhere that you're contracting your body. Maybe it's your neck, your shoulders, because you feel uncomfortable. See if you can soften into that. Just starting to notice what comes up for you here. What do you feel in your body, your hip? What do you feel in your mind? Where do your thoughts go? And when you're ready, Releasing down to your hands. Whew. Sweeping your left knee back. And then releasing your right leg. And before we go into the other side, just pause here. Don't move. That urge to move is your reaction to the stressor. And if we can practice withholding our reaction here, just noticing, oh, I want to kick my legs. I want to wiggle. And then we can respond instead. And you can start doing that in stressful situations in real life. And now if you want to move, your body's telling you, hey, do a fire hydrant circle. I invite you to take whatever your body's asking for. Whatever movement. Even if it feels ridiculous, if it feels silly, your body knows what it needs, take it. When you're ready, we're going to take the same thing on the other side. Whatever you're using, whether it's a ball, a towel, a pillow, a couch, a chair, a wall, let's put your foot up over it. We're going to get that ankle up over the ball, grounding your left knee. That just means it's on the ground. And checking that setup there. Can you see your heel on the outside of that hip? Otherwise, we're externally rotated in the hip, just reinforcing how you're probably walking around already. I'm going to sweep your right foot through just to the outside of your right hand. And make sure you got some unbunched flesh here. If you feel like anything's bunching up in your boxers and your pants, your shorts, unbunch that. Same thing goes behind your knee. And this might be enough for you, but if you feel like you're ready, walk your hands up to your right thigh, sitting nice and upright without overarching your back. Remember the little tweak that we made? I'm going to slide my right foot back to get a slightly more leverage in this so I can get my left glute closer to my left heel. And then just starting to press the floor away with your left knee, like you're lifting out of your left hip. So you're not slouching, because you could sag here. But that's not the intention of this posture, of this shape. You're going to lift up nice and tall. Breathing your ribcage up away from your spine, lessening pressure on the back. You actually have one hip flexor. That's what this right leg is in right now. It's flexed. That runs through your hips, connects to your lower back. When that's really tight, it pulls you into that extension. So we're lessening the pressure on your thighs, your quadriceps, your hip flexors, your yoga groin right here, and therefore lessening the pressure on your back. Again, trying to keep your front ribs zipped in and letting go of any tension that you feel creeping up. Just trying to soften into it just a tiny bit. In your jaw, neck and shoulders. Come into your natural breath. Noticing what comes up in your mind, your thoughts. Just noticing how interesting that is, whatever is coming up as you're stretching, even though it's not related, probably. Noticing any emotions, energy in motion compelling you to do something, to act, to escape the posture if it's uncomfortable. Any other feelings that come up. Noticing anywhere you're still holding on, trying to control in your body, seeing if you can release that. When you're ready, releasing forward to your hands. Sweeping your right foot back to meet the left. Taking your left ankle off of whatever you're using here. Goodbye, ball. And before you move, just sitting with it. Just noticing the after effect of that stretch for you. What you feel in the body, your mind, your emotions and stress level. And then when you're ready, if you feel compelled to move, feel inspired to take any movement, feel free to take that, whatever that is, even if it feels ridiculous, silly. When you're ready, I'm going to wrap up with the legs and move into the upper body. So you can take a kneeling position, a seated position. You can stand up for this if you want to. And this is where we're going to want your broomstick or your PVC, whatever you got, Swiffer, pole, whatever that is. And we're going to set that over your thighs or just hanging it in front of your hips if you're standing. We're going to grab that nice and wide, palms facing forward, not turned back towards you. We're going to bring this up in front of the chest, so chest height. And just like we were practicing lifting the rib cage up away from the hips and zip it in, we're going to try and keep that alignment here. As you inhale, you're going to cross your right arm over the left, so we're really twisting this pole until you start to feel a little stretch coming into the back and your shoulders. And notice if one shoulder's shrugged up, try and pull that back down. Your pole might not be parallel to the floor, it might be, that's great. Might look nothing like what I'm doing, and that's also okay. Or it might look better, and if so, let me know, because I want you to teach me. Just like we did in the previous posture, just come into your breath, noticing what's happening. Am I breathing like I'm stressed, strained? Do I want to fidget and escape? Maybe we can unwind a little bit, creeping your hands further, and then twisting back into it. Letting go of any control, any contraction that you feel. Your neck, your shoulders, maybe even your belly, your jaw, even into your pelvis. All this stuff is connected. Noticing any emotion, that energy in motion, feelings, compulsions to move. You can see I'm moving through my shins right now. To act, to escape the stretch. When you're ready, slowly, gently unwinding, letting that pole rest on your lap. And before you move, just noticing the after effect of that shape. What do you feel sensation-wise? The blood flow, the electricity, the bioelectricity comes back in. What do you feel in your thoughts, your mind? Any emotions now? If you feel inspired to take any particular movement, feel free to take it. I'm going to take some hugs. A little qigong flying here, just inhaling, opening, arms out to the sides, palms up, even arching my back, lifting my heart towards the sky. And exhaling, go ahead and give yourself a big hug. Rounding into your back. Inhaling, open, big stretch. Exhale to hug. One more time. And when you're ready, take the same thing on the other side, grabbing your pole of truth here. Palms facing out, lifting up in front of your chest. Taking a big inhale as we start spinning that left arm over the right. Exhale to fully enter this shape. Notice if one shoulder shrug up over the other. Try and relax that down. Your pole, your arms might be parallel to the floor. They might not be. That's okay. Notice how this side is likely totally different than the other side. Noticing anywhere that you're contracting, trying to control. Maybe it's in your jaw, your abdomen, somewhere else. Just observing the natural flow of your breath and the sensations that you're experiencing at all levels. body telling you this burns, this uncomfortable. The mind telling you could stop, you could wiggle out of this. Noticing that you are the pilot, you are the controller, regardless how much they chirp at you. You can stay right here. When you're ready, taking a big inhale. As you exhale, unwinding back to center, setting that pole down on your lap or just letting it hang, and noticing the after effect. Resisting the urge to move, to wiggle, to react. Now, if you feel inspired to take any movement, whatever that is, taking it now. I'm going to take a little eagle arm. I invite you to do the same thing. We'll inhale the arms out to the side, taking that open heart position we just practiced. Then we're going to exhale, crossing your right arm over the left, just like we practiced a moment ago. Tuck your elbow into the nook of your left elbow and bend both arms. You're going to pull your left arm towards your face, reaching your right arm out and trying to wrap them around like you're bringing your palms together. You could try and bring your left fingers to your right thumb. And this can be called the chest cracker. As we inhale, lifting your arms up, sawing. Exhale, tucking them down. Yours might look nothing like this. Yours might look way better. You know, it has been years of practice for me to get here. It's not about the destination, it's about the direction. It's not about perfection, it's about practice. After 3 of those, you can inhale to unwind, reaching out to the side. Taking the same thing on the other side, crossing left arm over the right, nestling your left elbow into the nook of your right elbow. Pulling your right hand towards your face, reaching the left arm out and wrapping around. See if we can bring the palms together. Taking a couple flosses here, or saws, inhaling, lifting the arms up, exhaling them down. When you're ready, gently unwinding, inhaling out to the sides, and exhaling, letting your arms rest. Noticing the after effect of today's entire practice. Considering how you can bring this energy, this openness with you throughout the rest of your day today. Remembering that my challenge for you is to practice this a second time, and if there's anything that felt particularly stiff, my urge for you is to practice that again for 3 to 5 minutes, especially right before you go to bed. And that's it. Thanks for being here today. Drop in the comments, let me know what was helpful for you, and if there's anything that you're like, I feel like I just can't do that, because I will be here to support you through that process. And I will see you in day 3.